Hey, I've also gathered together here all the ingredients I'll be using to make the fresh cabbage kimchi. I have here green onion, carrot, ginger, garlic, the chili powder. I've got an apple here, also the salted shrimp. We have Napa cabbage, and this is what we're going to be doing. So first, right now, we're going to cut up the cabbages into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to sprinkle it with sea salt and let it sit for 2 hours. And then while that is going, we're going to go over and prepare our paste for the Now we're just preparing the cabbage. I'm just going to put it all in the sink here, and then we're just going to cut it up into bite size and leave it in the sink and salt it and let it sit for 2 hours. This is nice because actually I have my friend helping me today, so I can actually film. Usually I would be the one working, but she said she didn't want to film, so I film. Just basically cutting into bite size. There, toss it in the compost there. Sure. Throw it back in the sink there. Try a little bit. So I'm finally getting my energy back. That's why I'm doing this. When I was sick, did not have energy to even cook. Can you believe it? COVID is still pretty much there. People don't realize it. Toss it all in. These are the cut up cabbages. I'm really making her work today. As you can see, she was only supposed to come over and eat. Little did she know. Okay, after sprinkling salt, you just sprinkle a little bit of water on top there. So the salt helps. Should be good. Okay, now we're just gonna leave it to set here for about 2 hours, and we're gonna bring over to start making the ingredients or cut up the ingredients. Here we're just cleaning the green onions to prepare it. This green onion is gonna be used in the paste to make the kimchi, and also we're gonna be using it to make the barbecue sauce or the dipping sauce for the barbecue meats later as well. So I'll show you that when we start doing it. So we're just right now cleaning it, and then we're gonna wash and set aside to use. Oh, apple. Okay, now we're just peeling carrots to prepare the paste for the kimchi. So basically we're just gonna peel the carrots, wash it, leave it aside, and then we're gonna cut it up or julienne it into like matchsticks to put into our kimchi.
Don't spray too much. She sprayed my whole box of perfume.
I know. You don't spray on me either.
Spray it on my clothes. Not
Now we're gonna peel the apple. This is also gonna be going into the sauce, and we're also gonna julienne one. This adds sweetness and also texture, and also the enzymes from the apples will help with the fermentations of the Napa cabbage too, so the kimchi. Look at my girlfriend expertly peeling her apple. I just usually quarter mine before I peel like this, but or use a peeler. Wow. There's one. There she goes at the second. Now we're gonna peel our garlic, and this is also going into our sauce, so I can just grind this up in the little blender, so we just need to peel it at this point. and then leave it aside. And then I'm gonna smash it up and then grind it up, put some of it into our sauce, and then some of them is actually gonna go into the paste to make the fresh kimchi. Just peel it away here. Now we're just gonna peel the ginger and clean it and then leave it aside as well. That's the nub we're gonna use. You sure that's enough?
Mm-hmm.
And then we should add a little more.
Okay, but I think so now.
Yeah. Add another half of the other. I need a little more in that. Yeah. And then just wash it and leave it aside, and then we're just gonna, I'll blend it into a paste and put it in the bowl, and then you can julienne the apple. Okay, so pretty much almost all the ingredients are here for our paste. Let's get started. Now we're just gonna cut up the apple to put in our sauce. Just take all the seeds out. Just put it into here. Oh, kitchen. Okay. There we go. Garlic. Oh, save some for later. Yeah, that should be good. I just need some for the sauce, not too much. It should be okay for the sauce, right? Okay. And then the ginger. Just cut it up a little bit here. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna close this up and then blend it with the fish sauce. Yeah. I'm gonna put in the shrimp paste too. Let me grab a spoon here. Fish sauce is here. I would do about 3 tablespoons. Yeah, keep going. Okay, and then we're gonna add the salted shrimp. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, now I'm gonna put the lid on. And we're gonna grind this up. Good. I'll have to shift it back and forth a little bit. Yeah, good. There's our paste. Now it's going in here. You can really smell the aromatics. As soon as you blend it all up, you can really smell it. Use a spoon and this spoon. And then to this paste, all we need to add is now the chili powder. The chili flakes. This is the one we're using, and then okay, now we're gonna do about 3 tablespoons of chili. I'll just adjust it after, I think. Okay, let's mix it up first and see. Because also depends on how spicy you like something, but we can always adjust this paste. Yeah, not quite enough. I think we need to at least do 2 or 3 more of those. You need bigger heaping spoons. 1, 2, 1 more. That should be good. Another 3 big heaping tablespoons. Yeah, that should be better. Still not quite the redness. I like it though.
When it sits, it releases the redness.
I know. Yeah. It will get redder, but not quite at the paste yet. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, so we'll leave this set aside, and now we're gonna cut up and julienne our other ingredients to add to this paste. Yeah, so I just tasted the seasoning, and I find it not enough, so I'm just gonna add a couple more tablespoons of the fish sauce. I'm also gonna add in a spoon of the salted shrimp as well. So then I'm gonna mix this and leave it set aside, and then I'm gonna add the remaining ingredients. So to get the flavor of the paste, if you taste it, it should be a tad on the saltier side because all the ingredients you're adding in doesn't really have any flavor. So it should taste saltier than your normal sauce, but that's okay because once you add all the ingredients together, it will mellow and combine very well together. So now we're gonna julienne the other apple that we've peeled, and this is gonna go into our paste for the fresh kimchi recipe. This adds sweetness and also texture as well, so very nice. Look at that expert knife skill. Try filming and doing this at the same time. I did that, doesn't work, so don't try it. Anyhow, you can see, should be done like that. And then we just add it to the paste, directly to the paste.
Sorry.
Okay, now we're gonna do the carrots too. We're only demoing at this point, so we're just showing you how we would cut it up, and then we will finish up afterwards. So just kind of line them up and then just cut it all up. All it's going in. There we go. And then the onions, let's do a little bit of the green onions too. So then you show just a couple to show. Oh, I usually cut mine long.
Oh, really? You want the long ones? Okay.
No, just cut these ones up small, but the next one, show them I want about 2 inches long.
Okay.
Same as the apples and stuff in.
Okay.
Here we go. It's all up to you how you like to cut it up. But I prefer to have them long in there, like that. Yes. And in they go to their paste. You can also cut it up small as well. It's all preference, but this is how I've always liked mine. There we go. And this is what your paste should look like. And once the cabbage is ready, that's what you do. You mix in the cabbage. Okay, now that we have all our ingredients cut up, and now I'm just gonna mix this paste and then set it aside until the cabbage is ready to use. So at this point, I think it's only been about an hour maybe, not even. So we have another hour or so to go before that. But once you're finished making this paste, just cover it up, put it in the fridge to refrigerate, and then once the cabbage is ready to go, we're just gonna add it and I'll mix it all together. Okay, now that the cabbage has been sitting here soaking in the salt for 2 hours, it's ready for me to take out. As you can see, the cabbage itself has softened up quite a bit. It's more pliable now. You can see how soft it is. You can see. Now we're actually just gonna rinse it with cold water and then squeeze out all the liquid. I'm just gonna do this really quick. I'm gonna pick it all up, put it into my colander here, and clean up the sink really quick. And then add water, cold water to this, and rinse all the salt and everything off. It's lots of salt from earlier. It's very pliable now. gonna all in. I'm gonna clean up the sink really quick here. There we go. I just cleaned up the sink and then I put in the little plugger to plug up the sink so that the cold water there. I'm just gonna pour this all in to rinse all the salt off. Basically, you know, rinse out all the salt out of the cabbage here. And if I wash this a couple times, and then as I'm taking it out, I'm just going to squeeze out the liquid. It washes all the salt off and then also cleans the cabbage as well. And afterwards, I'm going to wash it a couple more times in cold water. And then on the last one, I'm going to squeeze out all the liquid as well. Drain this. Just going to do the final rinse. Again. There you go, and then this final rinse, I'm actually gonna wash it small bits at a time because I need to squeeze out all the water. So I'm just gonna do about a handful here at a time, and then I'm gonna squeeze out the water, and then put it in the colander, the drain. Same thing here, I'm just gonna do a handful at a time. What is that? we go. Mix it in. Okay, now that the cabbage has been rinsed off, we're also going to squeeze out all the water because cabbages and vegetables tend to retain a lot of water, and we don't want this when you're pickling something because the water will come out and it also will take away the flavor, and it also, you need to squeeze it so that it helps with the fermentation process as well. Okay, if anyone who enjoys a good workout, come along and make kimchi with me. Quite a bit of effort goes into making it, but can't beat the taste. Very nice when it's fresh. Fresh kimchi is actually very good. I really enjoy eating it with like steamed pork belly. It's so good. But tonight we're having barbecue pork belly and barbecue steak. And this will go very nicely with it as well. As you can see, you need to get all the water out, or as much water as you can. All this effort you need to put in to make the kimchi. Glove up if you want to work out. Over here if you want a workout. Look at this. He's outside. Tell him he's outside. Kimchi or the cabbage has all been drained and the juice or the water squeezed out of it. Now I'm going to take out the mixture that we made and we're going to mix this and make it into kimchi now. I'm going to go to the fridge and grab my mixture. Remember that mixture that we made earlier? I just have it cooling and chilled in the fridge until this moment. Now we just have to add the cabbage to this and mix all together. Make sure to glove up if you don't want to stain your shirt. Make sure you don't wear anything white. This is not the time to wear your prettiest white outfit because it will stain. Ooh, look at that. So that mixture we made earlier, if you remember, with the garlic and the ginger and the apple paste that we made with the fish sauce and the salted shrimp. Now I'm just mixing it all together with the cabbage. I'm not very tall, so I have to step on my tippy toe in order to mix all this together. And you want to mix it thoroughly so the seasoning gets through all the cabbages. You want this paste to be everywhere, so make sure you get it all it over. You can see. So with the fresh kimchi, you can actually eat it as is right now. I like to actually chill mine a bit in the fridge for a couple hours before eating. But otherwise, it's pretty much ready. And whatever you have left over, you can just leave it in an airtight container. And you can probably keep it for weeks. And the good thing about this is once it's fermented a little further, you can actually use it to make like the kimchi soup, which is really, really nice. Because, you know, overripe kimchi is really good in a soup, kimchi soup. Okay. Now that this is all kind of mixed through and mixed in together, I'm gonna give it a quick taste here too for seasoning as well. I'm just gonna grab a piece. Mmm. It's quite nice. Yeah, flavors tasty. Okay, now we're gonna put this into a container and just let it sit in the fridge. Okay, I have my airtight container here, which I will mix and put in. Just a handful at a time here. I'm actually making some to share with my parents as well, so I'm just gonna put in a little bit here. And then the rest I can put in a separate container to give to my parents. But there should be lots here already for us tonight to eat and whatever's left over. Okay, and then I have a separate container here. Oh, just gonna use that to open the lid so I can stain it. Just any airtight container will do. I just have this sitting around, so I just washed in, putting it in for my parents. And just push it down here. And then that's pretty much it. I'm just gonna clean this up really quick. If you spill like I did, you better clean it up right away, because this thing does stain, especially the chili and stuff. So I would just get a wet towel and clean it all up really, really quick here, so it doesn't stain. I have a wet towel here, which I'm just going to use quickly. Wet towel, just wipe it right up. This is done. I'm just gonna seal the container so this takes out the air. Basically, you push this in and this will take out all the air. That's what you would want to do when you make kimchi. If you want it fermented, you gotta take out all the air. Just close it up like that now, and this gets sealed up and put away in the fridge. Same here, because this is in a jar that's bigger. All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a plastic. We had a plastic that we had used earlier for to cover the paste that we made. Now all we're gonna do is we're gonna use the same plastic and just gonna put it in there, and this does the same thing. It's basically to take all the air out. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put the lid on and then put it in the fridge to ferment. This is the end of our kimchi. So we got fresh kimchi for tonight's meal, and also we got extra for fermented to pickle to make vegetable or kimchi soup later on.